Kell Brook says Amir Khan is a joke and he's washing his hands of him. I'm going to quote Kell Brook directly. He says, Amir Khan said he was 100% behind me. But in the next breath, he said, just don't pull out. Making out, I would make up some excuse and pull out closer to the fight. Basically, Khan is a joke to me. I've heard that as a person, he's not a bad kid. He's a nice guy. But when we're talking business, we're talking fighting, I've got to wash my hands with him because he drives me crazy. I'm fighting the most feared man on the planet, and I don't know what Khan's latest excuses are for not fighting me before this, but it's just pathetic. As fighters, we want to be involved in the best fights that we can be while we're in the sport, and this fight against Golovkin shows exactly what I'm about. I'm giving the fans what they want because they pay our wages. I want to give them the best fights I can. So there we have it, people. Kell Brook saying he's washing his hands of Amir Khan. Whether or not this Brook-Khan fight happens, in my view, depends on how desperate Amir Khan gets, or potentially how desperate Kell Brook gets. I don't see this fight happening unless one or both parties are desperate and have very little other options in terms of big paydays. If they both find themselves in a desperate situation, maybe a few years down the line, later on in their careers when they're both on the slide, then we might get the fight. But it would be unfortunate because they'll both be way past their best, and we prefer to see these type of clashes happening when two guys are at or at least near their peak. Whenever I talk about the resume of Lennox Lewis, I very rarely bring up Mike Tyson as one of Lewis's signature wins because Tyson was so far over the hill by the time that fight happened. It would have been much better if the fight had taken place when Tyson first came out of prison and had the WBC strap. But unfortunately, he decided to pay Lewis step-aside money because Lewis was the mandatory challenger for Tyson at that time. But Tyson paid Lewis step-aside money in court so he wouldn't have to face him at that particular time, and he took on somebody else instead. And we've had other situations where fights never happened at all. Never mind happening when one or both of the fighters are over the hill. They never happened at all, like Ricky Hatton and Junior Witter. That was a British rivalry which never manifested itself in an actual fight in a boxing ring. Could Khan and Kell Brook be the same? You know, Khan has been saying some positive things with regards to a potential Kell Brook fight lately. But to me, it seems as though Khan is, as I've just said, possibly getting a bit desperate now. He's talking about fighting Conor McGregor in the cage. Then all of a sudden he's saying, you know what? Maybe me and Kell Brook can fight after all. Seems to be a bit of desperation there from Amir Khan. Whereas Kell Brook is in a very, very big fight. He's certainly not thinking about Khan at this stage. He's thinking about how the hell he's going to beat Gennady Golovkin. And many people are saying that Kell Brook will probably never fight 147 pounds again anyway, which would further put another, it will put another roadblock in the way of a Kell Brook Khan fight happening. I know Khan has fought as high as 155, obviously, against Canelo, but was that a one-off? I probably think it was for now, at least. I doubt he'd want to fight. Well, then again, let me not say I doubt he'd want to fight Kell Brook at 154 because Khan might get that desperate. If you're willing to fight Conor McGregor in the cage, then you may be willing to fight Kell Brook at 154. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think about Kell Brook's words here. Washing his hands of Amir Khan. Will he still be washing his hands of Amir Khan if he gets knocked out in brutal fashion against Golovkin? Maybe he'll change his tune and say, actually, you know what? Maybe me and Khan can fight. All depends on how the fight goes, I suppose. So let me know how you feel, people. It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.